Are you constantly worried that there's something wrong with you, that maybe you have a sickness or a disease that nobody knows about? We're going to be talking all about that. Stay tuned. That's what's up next. Hi, my name is Natasha Daniels and I'm a child therapist and I make videos for kids with anxiety and OCD. Today I want to talk to you about something that is super annoying that happens to a lot of people who have anxiety and OCD. And that is the fear that they're going to get sick or they're going to be sick or that they have a disease and nobody knows. Is that you? Do you worry a lot about your health? A lot of people worry about their health when they have anxiety and OCD. I'm going to tell you why that is and what to do about it. Do you see that dot on my neck? Can you just check and see if I have a fever? Can you spell that disease again so I can look it up? When I do this, it kind of feels weird. See that dot? Anxiety and OCD make us overanalyze everything, including our health. And so we have to realize that anxiety and OCD, our Mr. Bossy, Mr. Tricky, is fooling us. And unfortunately, anxiety and OCD both have the power to make us actually feel things. So if you're worried that you have something wrong with you, anxiety will happily provide you with the pain that should go with it. You'll feel like your head does hurt, or your stomach does hurt, or your knee does hurt, because anxiety has the power to make us feel those sensations when we're hyper-focused and super aware of something that we're worried about. But the trick is to not always respond right away. So I always say to my kids and to myself, give it the 3-day rule. So if I'm worried about something, I'm going to wait 3 days before I take it to the next level. So when my kids have a pain or a concern, we'll say, you know what, in a few days, we'll see how you feel. That's the first step. You want to delay any reaction because the more you hyper focus on it and the more you worry about it and you're overreacting, the bigger the issue will get. Second, for all you older people out there, no Googling, no WebMDing it. The internet is not your friend. Do not look up your symptoms because no matter what you type in, you're going to find bad things. So don't do any research about what you think you may or may not have. Third, you want to stop snowball thinking. I talk a lot about snowball thinking when I talk about anxiety, and that is growing snowballs. If you want more information on that, you can watch this video here. But the gist of it is, the minute you start thinking, oh my gosh, I feel like my collarbone feels weird. You don't want to grow that. Why would it feel weird? What does that mean? Let me look it up. Let me ask my mom. Let me ask my dad. Let me ask my teacher. Oh, it still feels weird. Do you have a bump like that when you touch your collarbone? There's no bump there. But you don't want to feed it. That's snowball thinking. So when you have a first thought, what's that bump there? That's my anxiety showing up. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I'm not growing those snowballs. I'm moving on. Which leads me to number 4. No checking. Anxiety and OCD like to do 2 things. They want you to avoid or do something. And so when you worry about your health, anxiety and OCD say check. Check to see if you have a fever. Check to see if you have a temperature. That's kind of like the same thing. Check to see if there's anything there. Check to see if everything feels okay. You know what? Go back and ask your mom and dad again if you have a fever. No checking. And it will also make you avoid anybody who might be sick. Avoid anybody who has a disease. Avoid anybody who has something wrong with them. Avoid hospitals, avoid doctors, avoid whatever you can to stay healthy. That's not helpful because the more you avoid or do things for your anxiety and OCD, the bigger it grows. Bottom line is to realize that it's not your fault, but anxiety and OCD will make you feel like there are things medically and physically wrong with you. And so you have to take everything that happens in your body with a grain of salt and say, is this for real or is this my anxiety or OCD showing up? And so you're going to do the 3-day rule. You're going to wait and you're going to see. And you're not going to do any checking. You're not going to do fever checking and lump checking and scanning your body for anything new. Don't be looking for a problem because you know that your anxiety and OCD like to bother you about this. So you don't want to hyper focus on your health. And that can be tricky. I know because I have this issue. And so I make sure to not worry and not focus on my health issues. And if something pops up, I will put it in the back of my mind for at least 3 days to see if it continues to happen. When I'm not thinking about it and it goes away, I know that that was my anxiety. I hope that helps, and I hope you find the sparkle in everything you do, and I will talk to you next Thursday.